Let me tell you my story. I landed on this ad and I watched it over and over and over again. Like I don't know how many times that day, I remember. So I went through the comments on Facebook, the comments that were on the ad. I saw people, everyone, most of them were saying, I highly recommend this business. Check it out. I highly recommend this business. So eventually, I picked out an individual, a lady, also a beautiful lady. She's in the UK here. I did not send a message to the person, to the owner of the ad, the person who was advertising. But I went into the comment section and I picked out someone who had put really a very interesting comment. I remember she said, I really recommend this amazing opportunity. It has changed my life and the life of my family. So I was like, oh, I texted her. I went to her messenger and sent her a message. And I asked her, oh, this lady was called, she's called Jemima. I know even if she hears me mentioning her name, she is going to be proud of me because really she helped me a lot for me to take that first step. So I sent her a message and I asked her, oh, I saw you commenting this and that on this particular ad. So is this thing really true? Is what they're saying in the ad very true as she's saying it? So this lady told me, oh, of course I had introduced myself and she was like, oh, Juliet, I am glad you've reached out. She was very, very calm. And she told me, yeah, it is really very true. My dear, it is changing thousands of lives. So I was like, oh. And I told her, okay, I want to start it. And she told me, oh, yeah, you can start it. You can reach out to her. She's going to give you the link. She's going to register you and she's going to send you a link where you're going to check it out. Reach out to her. She's going to give you the link. She's going to register you and she's going to send you a link where you're going to check it out. Because for her, she told me, you don't have to invest before knowing what is happening. You're going to put in your money after finding out how the business works. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to check it out. So I came back to the ad and reached out to this lady, Sheila, in the US. When I sent her the message and she told me, oh, provide me with your name and your email address, I'll register you immediately. You're going to get your personal link to watch the webinar. So I was like, oh, this webinar things, because me, I had already signed in a lot of, platforms, where they say, watch the webinar, but I had never taken time to watch the webinars. But this time around, I was like, okay. So she sent me immediately, like after 5 minutes, I got the link and I opened it. I watched this webinar. It was a bit longer for me that day, because I wanted something quick to know what is really happening. What is really happening? How is this business going to do me any good? So I watched the webinar. It was too long for me. I would be true to you. It was too long for me. I thought I was going to be explained to within 2 or 3 minutes. That's it. But I had to watch the webinar. But when I started watching the webinar, the more I was watching it, the more interesting it became. So I was always pushed to continue to know where it ends. So by the end of the webinar, oh my God, I cannot tell you how I felt. I was like, what is this really true? I called this lady. I had already gotten her number. I called her and I was like, Sheila, is this true? Are you sure? She was like, yeah, it is very true. So the next step, you have to go and check the business and check out the business model, how it works, how also you yourself can get plugged in. Okay. I was interested to know this time around. So I went on another stage to check out the business model. When I checked out the business model, the way they were explaining this business model, I cannot tell you, I cannot really express how I felt. It is like my eyes were opened, widely opened. So I was like, oh my God, really? Immediately, I remember I watched those videos for I think 3 days, because I was taking breaks, because I was also, concentrated on other stuff by then. I watched the videos for 3 days, but I was very amazed. Guys, you need to check out this business opportunity. At least check it out. And in the future, you won't blame yourself that you did not try. Check it out. You just reach that level and check out the business model, how this business model was designed. How this business model is really, really, really well designed, step by step. There is no way you're going to crash. If really you fall properly, how it is. So when I watched it, after 3 days, I called her and she told me, oh, I told her I'm done. And she was like, oh, you have to book your coaching call. She was very, very helpful. Oh my God. My mentor, Sheila, I really appreciate you so much. I don't know, but eventually with time, I'll get a tangible gift to give you. She helped me to book the coaching call for me, because I was always like, everything needed that IT experience, and I wasn't so good at that. But she helped me so much. But eventually I used to ask her, how am I going to learn how to do what you're doing? And she told me, don't worry, you are going there. You're going to access your... When she booked my coaching call, I attended the call. I met this other beautiful lady, Dorothy. She's also in the US, California. And oh my God, my call was at night, but I don't remember sleeping that night after the call. It was just 1 hour. But I felt like I have already made it. This coaching call, to me, it wasn't even just a mere coaching call, because it became like a discussion where I was discussing with this coach. Yes, I was asking her a lot of questions, and she knows really I asked a lot of questions. But we reached a stage where she started just, having that friendly discussion, the friendly conversation. By the time I was off the call, I was like, oh my God. I started feeling like I wanted to jump from that stage to another one, that particular time I started seeing it not even working so quick the way I wanted to, the way I was feeling. But she told me, oh, no, don't rush. You have to take step by step. Eventually, you are going to get there. So I invested. I went through the training. Everything was amazing and surprising. As I said, I cannot explain it to you, the whole of it, but what I would advise you is for you to check it out. Just check it out. Even if, and there is an option. Checking it out doesn't mean that you're going to do it. You can say, okay, no, I'm not going to do this. Then you're free. But check it out. Trust me, there is no one among my business partners that has ever checked it out and said, I am not going to do this. I cannot do this. I am not interested. The moment you get into that business mode and check it out, trust me, you're not going to look back. So that is just a bit of my story. You will know more stories as we go on. I'll also one day give you testimonies how it has become my only income stream. How I got plugged into my own business now. How I owned it. That is a story for another day. But for today, I wanted to tell you that because I know someone out there who is passing through the same thing that I was passing through. Someone out there who is just scrolling along videos and doesn't know, seeing these adverts, seeing people talking about starting an online business, but they have never taken that step to try it out. I know there is someone out there. So if you're that person, this is for you. This day is for you. If you want to change your life, if you want to take a step, if you want to, get to that future you're yearning for, this is for you. Just plug in, check it out, make a decision to do it or not to do it. Simple. So there is no one that is gonna, pressurize you. You have to do that. You have to do this. How we are earning, you are eventually going to get to know how we are earning, how you're going to be earning in your business. If you check out the business model, if you allow yourself to take one step, and the first step is just for you to register with your name, your email address, and eventually everything is going to be opened. First, you're going to get your first personal link to give you access to watch the webinar that I watched. After watching the webinar, you go on another stage where you're going to check out the business model and the compensation plan. When you are there, it is the most interesting part. When you are there, I'm telling you, it is the most interesting part where you're going to thank yourself for taking note. Anyone out there would want to be plugged in an automated system. As you're doing your other work, if you're a parent, you're taking care of your children, as you're doing your 9 to 5, there is another business, there is another income stream in the background making the money. That is supplementing on your monthly payment. Eventually, you at one time, you're gonna have to fire your boss or quit and concentrate on this business, because trust me, it can uphold everything that you need. If you take that leap of faith and start it, it will grow to a stage where you'll be self-employed by yourself, working for yourself, not for anybody else. I imagine people out there who are always waiting for a monthly paycheck. Meaning that before the month ends, you're not earning anything. Why don't you plug in a business where you're going to be earning on a daily basis? A business where you're not going to be waiting for a monthly paycheck. You can try it out, check it out as you're doing your 9 to 5, get plugged in as you're doing your 9 to 5, then grow it as you're doing your 9 to 5, because for this one, it doesn't need your presence 100%. You are just going to do simple things. Registering members, maybe attending to the emails, attending to these phone calls, and which you can even budget in a day. Then that 9 to 5 is really a good job. Those who are working even for bigger companies, those who are working for the state, they are very good jobs, and we know you're getting a lot of money. But my dear, that job is gonna be over one day, tomorrow or next month. You don't know what might happen. I'm not saying you're gonna be fired. I'm not saying you're gonna lose the job, but have the second thought. What if this job is over? What if this job is finished? What if I am replaced? How am I going to carry on with life? How am I going to carry on with my responsibilities? That is what we are talking about. We are not saying, oh, you have to quit your job. Quitting your job will be your own decision. If your business has grown, you can quit your job. But we are trying to open your eyes before that happens, before anything happens. Because even the company you're working for, you never know. They might end up, they might wake up one day and send you an email and tell you, oh, so and so, you are going to work for us for only the next 3 months because we are trying to downsize. The company is in a credit crisis, or something can come up. So do you think those 3 months or 1 month they've given you to prepare to quit the job or to leave the job is gonna be enough for you to set up or to look for another better or even the same job? Of course not. You might, this job these days, because of the bigger population of those who are educated, those who have the qualifications, you will take time to get another job. Oh, wow, Annette, you have subscribed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Annette, so much. Yes, let's keep this going.